What's up, Ninja Online guys? Welcome back here with Act 3, Part 1. I figured out what I was going to call the series and all that, and we're going to jump back into it here. When we last left off, we went to the backyard, which has a pool in the middle lane, so we're going to have to deal with that. I'm going to explain it as we go on, but it's not too bad, but this is probably definitely where the game starts getting a little more difficult. Because you have to juggle a couple things. So as you look over here, we have the normal zombies, we have the cone heads, and then we have the ducky tube zombies. So they basically can go, they're the only ones that can go in those middle lanes because they can swim. So I'm going to need the lily pad for sure, sunflower, pea shooter, potato mine. What else do I want? Definitely want the walnut. I'll take the repeater and the snow pea, because I'm not going to need the chomper for this one. Just by looking at that, I can already tell. So first of all, we're going to get our sunflowers down like normal. Except for these middle two, I'm going to have to plant a lily pad before I can plant a sunflower there. So I'm going to kind of skip over it for the time being. And as long as the first zombie doesn't come down in the middle lane, then I'll be fine to pretty much get basic defenses up before I focus on a more in-depth thing.
Friends.
Alright. First lily pad down. Now, it basically just acts as a platform, so I can put plants on top of it. Now, you can plant in the water, but you can only plant aquatic plants in the water, and we actually don't have it. Well, this is our first aquatic plant, is the lily pad. Go ahead and drop that guy there. It's gonna be a quick level. That's for sure. That guy there. And thus, the funnest part of all this is the waiting, of course. Now, the guys in this middle lane are going to be fairly weak at this point, so I don't have to worry about putting too much in these middle lanes, which is nice. Take that, that's for sure. We have a cone head over there, so I'm going to want to put that there. One more. So I'm pretty much defended except for, yeah, that lane and that lane. Of course, as soon as I go to say something is when kind of turns around on me. But that's fine. So there's our first ducky tube zombie. First two. But like you'll see here, they're fairly weak, so you don't have to worry too much about them. And you don't get a bonus for any extra sun you have. So you should never worry about like not spending your sun, even at like basically the final part of the game. You might as well still spend it anyways. I didn't think the conehead zombies would pop up this fast. Damn. I'll try my best to stop it from getting to me. Well, there you go. Learned a valuable lesson there. Conehead zombies do pop. Well, I knew there was going to be conehead zombies for the water types. I just didn't think it was going to be like right now. So it kind of caught me a little bit off guard, but you know what? That's fine. There we go. We got the squash. Now this is super useful for dealing with tough enemies. Does exactly what you think. It just squashes zombies. It's one-time use. It only activates when a zombie gets within the one tile. Do I have 5? Yeah, sure, I'll take it. I'll take it. I gotta give up something here. It's just, do I want to give up the snow pea or the repeater? Well, because I have the squash, let's give up the chomper. And I'll hope out this works for me. If it doesn't, come back with a vengeance, that's all. But as you can see, our lineup is kind of stacked over there. I didn't see any new zombies, but if I see it come on screen, I'll obviously tell you what they're all about.
The zombies are coming.
Come on. If it wasn't for the fact it takes so long to charge up, I'd probably drop a second one too. But at that point, I mean, might as well start with the pea shooters. Just gonna hope that, oh, well, look at that, I got lucky. Gonna drop that there, and it's a conehead. So, gonna need another set of pea shooter. Another set of pea shooter. Another pea shooter there, rather. We'll drop that down. Really not playing around this level. That's fine. Ooh, present. So that unlocks mini games. Like I said, I'm probably not going to be showing mini games in this playthrough, but that's how you get them. You basically just keep playing through the adventure mode, and eventually zombies will drop random presents, and ta-da. Shit. Whatever. I'll make do, I guess. Could always use an extra lily pad anyways, so that's fine. Okay, so this first wave is gonna really test me here. I'm gonna try to save up for a row of snow peas now. I see where things are coming from. Really not a bad wave. was gonna plop it down, but then it just takes away from having 25 extra sun for that snow pea. So it's a good thing I did that down there, considering I have a bucket head. Yeah, I'll do it now. So I'm not entirely confident that we'll kill him before he gets to my snow pea. So just to play it safe. The second one, look at that. And you can put pretty much any plant on top of these lily pads except for potato mines. I'm pretty sure you can't. Yeah. And there's a couple other things that you can't put on the lily pads, but pretty much everything else you can. Just need one more. This is going to be a crappy thing to deal with because I'm going to have to kill him, and by the time I get rid of his newspaper, he's going to already be in range to just kind of run at us. But it's fine. It's all fine. Never mind. We got rid of him pretty fast, actually. The good thing about these water tiles, though, is it's technically 2 layers of defense. So, like, it's the plant on top of the lily pad, and then it still has to eat the lily pad before it can get to you. I'm actually going to go ahead and put that there to deal with him. And if there's multiple zombies on that one tile, then it will deal with all of them, which is super nice. Look at that. Breezing through it. This is a fun plant, but it costs a crap ton, so it's not the most ideal thing to have. But it's a 3-peater, so it shoots peas in 3 different lanes. So if you place it here, it will go 1, 2, 3. So basically, ideally, you want to place it in the middle. Now, these guys are annoying as hell. Basically, what happens with them is they can go underwater, and they only pop up when they hit something. So ideally, when you see them, you want to drop a lily pad as far up as you can to let them pop up, and then you deal with them that way. Let's go for it. See if I can get some 3-peaters down this this level. These are always going to be pretty much the exact same how I start out. It's never really going to differ. The only thing that's going to differ is just where the zombie comes from and where I drop the potato mine. But even then, still, it's not going to differ drastically. Hopefully I don't misclick this time and put a lily pad in the wrong spot. I've done that many a time before, so... Can't say that was a first, unfortunately. Probably won't be the last either.
Brains.
I just want to wait and see where this zombie pops up from anyways. Down there.
Brains.
Of course, he'd be at the top there. Ideally, you don't want to put your 3-peaters on this last one because then they only get two lanes. I don't think the third one will shoot. I think it just kind of doesn't shoot. So you want to put it there, 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 and there. Guess I should put down a second pea shooter there, eh? Before he becomes a problem. Finally got back to watching Yu-Gi-Oh! I started watching it like a year ago or 2 years ago, whenever it was. Pretty sure it was 2 years now. Anyways, I was watching through the entire series there of like the original Yu-Gi-Oh! And I stopped because I moved, and before I was watching it on my laptop, and it wasn't practical to watch on my laptop anymore, just under the circumstances. So anyways, I stopped watching it, and then a while ago my friend was telling me it's on YouTube, or not YouTube, Netflix, sorry. So then eventually when I caught up with my YouTube watching, I started up on Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, so I found where I left off, and yeah, pretty much been watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. I'm on season 5, which I'm pretty sure is the last season. And I definitely have to say that I think they did season 5, as far as I've seen so far. I think they've done season 5 really well. Didn't like season 4 at all. And I mean, the first 3 seasons were kind of all the same thing. It was just a different scenario. Well, season 3, I think that was the one when they were in like the computer system. I mean, that was alright, but it wasn't my favorite by any means. Let's see what drops where first.
Brains.
No snort. Oh, never mind. Just about to say no snorkel zombies yet, and then sure enough, what pops up? Freaking snorkel zombie. This will be like my defense for those guys. We're slowly getting there, guys. I can start turning these 4 lanes into 3 shooters. Which by that point, when you do that, it just starts doing some crazy stuff. I'm not too worried about him because now he's going to run into a wall. And he's going to have to pop up to deal with the wall, and then he's going to get frozen, so it's going to slow him down, and plus wall, so. Let's see if I can save up for a 3-peater now. I should be able to before the game ends. Probably won't get a whole good use out of it, but still. They're fairly weak too, by the way, these snorkel zombies. It's just the fact that they're annoying because you can't damage them unless they hit a plant in front of them. Almost there. 50 more. Only gonna put the first one in the first row here like that. And so as you can see, if you watch this one, it shoots out So really, it increases the amount of peas in the other lanes, which is good. Look at that. Right on. This thing is super useful for this level. I can't remember what it's called, but pretty much it's a trap. So you put it down, and then when a zombie gets close to it, it takes the zombie, pulls it into the water, and kills it. Tangle kelp, that's what it's called. Anything new here? Nope. All the same old stuff. Do I really need the squash? Probably not. There's nothing scary looking over there that I can't fight. Let's bring the squash just because there's the bucket head. I ain't trying to deal with a bucket head. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot to mention. So these lawnmowers are completely useless, pretty much. They will kill any zombie that gets to this point, but obviously they won't go across the water because lawnmower. So instead of clearing the lane, it just basically stops a zombie from walking through your house. There is things you can get called vacuum cleaners, water vacuum cleaners that pretty much, if a zombie activates it, it clears the whole pool. So those are nice. Shit, you know what I forgot? A couple things, actually. Alright, well, let's see if this works. I forgot the spud mine for starters, so I should have took the spud mine instead of the something here. Looks like I'll be alright. Well, now I know I can take I can do this without throwing down the spud mine. Saves me 25 sun. I didn't even think about that though. We're just playing on. Anyways though, yeah, you can buy vacuum cleaners which will clear the pool for you. What was I gonna say though? Yeah, I was gonna say it now, just for the hell of it. So we've done really good. No zombies have made it to our lawnmowers yet. I wouldn't expect that in the upcoming. Like, from here on, I'm half expecting to have zombies reach the lawnmowers at one point or another. Like, it's practically inevitable at this point, but we'll see. Try my best to see if I can get through the whole game without a zombie reaching our doorstep in any way. There's also things you can buy too. I'm surprised he hasn't approached us with the shop yet, but you can get rakes. So you pay whatever the fee is in gold, and then you can have a rake spawn up for the next 3 levels, where pretty much the first zombie will always guarantee go down that path, and then he'll hit the rake, and the rake will kill him instantly, regardless of what he is. But usually the first zombie is always a low-level zombie anyways, so. I'm not sure about this. Yeah, I'm fine. Cool. I was worried for a second there. Did I see any snorkel zombies? I can't remember. We got 3 waves though. This is the first level where we have 3 waves. Paying attention to that. Pretty sure it's the first level with 3 waves anyways. Just trying to figure out if I want to do snow peas next or if I want to just jump to 3-peaters. It's going to take a while for the 3-peaters. Go ahead and slow that guy down. It's going to help me in the long run. I do know there's bucket heads. I was paying attention to that. I think there might be newspaper zombies too. But yeah, no, pretty much anything in the pool, you just have to treat it as it costs 25 more sun. Because realistically, if it's not an aquatic plant, you have to throw down a lily pad, which is an extra 25 sun, so. Really, for snow peas in the middle lane, it costs 200. For these guys, it would be 350. Definitely need that. I really need that. I'm not gonna use anything else on him. We'll kill him before he gets through that walnut, so not too worried about that. Just a shame I couldn't have it up earlier. I would have saved the walnut some health. Definitely get to go down a lot more 3-peaters this time around, though. So that's nice. Obviously, the most effective spots are probably... I can't even say that. Like I said, the 4 lanes are pretty much all super effective. Do see you. Might as well just do this. I was going to throw down the Tangle Kilt, but ultimately, I wouldn't mind some extra defense there, so that's fine. Only the second wave anyways. Just gotta keep, yeah, I figured. I was gonna say I'm gonna have to keep my eye out, make sure there are no snorkel zombies try to hit this lane, but of course. Because of the situation, I'm actually gonna put the first 3-peater here. Because I'm not going to have a walnut up in time. Look at that. Short work of everything. I love it. And the real fun starts when you get multiple 3-peaters down, because then you're shooting multiple shots across multiple lanes. So you really maximize damage then. For a second there, I thought that pole vault zombie was running into the pool. I'm like, yeah, okay. So there is plants, rather walls, that these guys can't jump, but we won't see them until much later. I think it's actually later in this this act we see them. I could be wrong about that. Pick up that coin there. So obviously my goal is to get one more 3-peater before this last wave hits. That would be most ideal. I got a big wave before the actual wave hits. Jesus. Invasion. That's the word I was looking for. Invasion. I was trying to figure out the word. I think it was in the first 2 parts. Invasion was the word I was looking for. So I could start putting down more walnuts, but there really isn't a point. I'll just save up for more 3-peaters and drop them in the middle here. That's really unfortunate that he spawned that close, but it is what it is. I could use a Tangle Kelp to get rid of him real quick, but I'm not too worried about anything. There we go. This unlocks the shop. This is basically Dave's car key, and he sells stuff out of his car. Right on. See the shop. Trying to figure out when the shop was coming into play. So here's the things I was talking about. So these pool cleaners are good for the pool levels, so I'm going to buy that. Not really worry about 9 slots, because we're not going to get them before the whatchamacallit. We're not going to get it before the game is over. Now there is more to buy from here too. There's the premium plants, which are the double sunflower, the Gatlin pea, and then also the garden rakes is what I was talking about too. So we'll buy some garden rakes. Oh shit, I didn't need them. Funny thing about the zombie process, sometimes it makes them come out really little, real little, and real mean. Defend your shins. So this is a bonus level. Really, I should have waited on the whatchamacallem. I should have waited on the rake. So I don't need the rake for this level, but that's fine. I'll deal with it. So these zombies are smaller and they're also weaker too, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, definitely weaker. You can also get screwed pretty bad by this level, which is unfortunate. As you can see here. I have nothing for this bottom lane. I'm going to have to use that there. As much as I didn't want to. Use that there. Come on, game. So if I do lose here, that's ultimately going to be the reason why, is because sometimes these levels can screw you. You're really at the mercy of these levels. Which is bittersweet. But of course, we'll try my best. The downfall about these guys is they're super fast because they're tiny. Something for here too. I had to think about that one for a second there. Alright. I'm gonna wait a second. Just so I can see what's coming from where. Clear out my cherry bombs here. Might as well put that there. I guess ultimately it probably wasn't the worst idea in the world to have the rake help on this level, considering our cert. Regular pea shooters though. Nothing fancy for this one. Let's go ahead and put that there. With any luck, I can just use these cherry bombs to kind of clear out this last wave. It's the dream anyways. Nice. This guy's alright. Basically what happens is he's one-time use and activates instantly. He clears the lane. It's good for certain scenarios. This is really the only scenario. So the Zomboni is super annoying because they're super tough. The best way to clear them out is with anything that will instantly kill them. Now, the reason Jalapeno is good for this is because the further they come, they're going to make these ice lanes, and they're just annoying to deal with. So if you have the Jalapeno, it can actually melt the ice, obviously, so. Trying to think here if I want 3 Peters or not. I'm gonna take the risk and not take the potato mine, but also because I have the rake, so I don't have to really worry about that for now. I think we will take 3 Peter. I don't know if I'll be able to activate it, but we'll take it. Look at that, we're already on 3-6. Got 4 more levels to go.
The zombies are coming.
Sim dead. Hopefully, if all goes according to plan, I can get this up before, no, I better do it now. The longer I take, the longer, or the closer he'll get, and the riskier it will become. Shooter down there. Not the squash. Shit, that could have been bad. Would have wasted 50 sun. Only 2 waves this round. Go ahead. Pretty sure the jalapeno scorches the getting all tongue-tied. Pretty sure the jalapeno scorches the Zamboni. The reason I just like using the squash is just because it's cheaper.